So then now the limit of a function x square x tending to 4. Okay, so now we have to check the limit of this function when x approaches 4. Okay, so then x left hand limit x square, so limit we can write h tending to 0, so 4 minus h square, and we can say that when if we are putting h equals to 0 in this value, so then we can get the value of this function or of this symbol. So we can say here 4 minus 0, that is 16. Okay, similarly right hand limit x, right hand limit here x square, so limit h tending to 0, so 4 plus h square, so here 16, because 4 plus 0 square equals to 16. So we can see that right hand limit and left hand limit both are same. So we can say that the function fx equals to x square has a limit at x equals to x tending to x equals to 4, sorry. Okay, because we are checking at x equals to 4. So then we can find the value of right hand limit, and we can find the value of right hand limit, and then after that we can see that whether we can see that the limit of right hand and also the left hand both are same or not. Okay, so here both are same, so we can say that y equals to fx is equals to x square has the limit at x equals to 4. Okay, all these questions are very simple in the concept of limit. Okay, so x square minus 4 upon x minus 4. So how can we find the limit of this function? The function, whether the function has a limit or not, we have to check that. Okay, x tending to 4 plus. Okay, here x square minus 16 upon x minus 4. Okay, so h tending to 0, 4 plus h square, x can be replaced by 4 plus h, and 4 plus h, okay, and 4 cancel, and we can say 4 plus h square minus 16 upon h, the limit h tending to 0, sorry, yes 0. Okay, so now here 4 plus 0 means that for 16 minus 16 upon 0 means that 0 upon 0. So here we can see the another form of the limit of a function at a particular point. Okay, this form is known as the indeterminate form. Indeterminate form. This is called indeterminate form. So now this is nothing but this is nothing. Okay, so if any question has this form, so then this form is known as the indeterminate form. Okay, so then this question can be solved by using the method of indeterminate form. Okay, so this is 0 upon 0 and infinity upon infinity. If we see these two form in any question, so then this question or that question can be solved by L'Hospital rule. L'Hospital rule. Okay, L'Hospital rule. So L'Hospital rule means that limit x tending to a, here f of x upon gx is equals to 0 upon 0 or infinity upon infinity, means that here x tending to a f dash x means that derivative of fx upon derivative of gx, that is nothing but like the value of this function is this symbol. Okay, so that will be the value of this symbol, and if when we put x tending to a in this scenario, so we can always use another form of like that L'Hospital rule. If we see 0 by 0 and infinity by infinity in this symbol, so we can again use L'Hospital rule on this particular symbol. Okay, so now means that we have to find the derivative of fx and gx, means that here so now let us take a derivative of this function and this function. The derivative of function I will discuss after some time, but here I just want to write something like that. Okay, so x to the power n d upon dx is equals to n x to the power n minus 1. Okay, and d upon dx x plus a to the power n, also n x plus a to the power n minus 1. Okay, so x plus a 4 plus h. Okay, so now we can write limit h tending to 0, the derivative of this function 2 to 4 plus h 2 minus 1. Okay, because d upon dx x plus a to the power n equals to n x plus a to the power n minus 1. So means that here n is 2 and 4 plus h x plus a, so 4 plus h n minus 1 means that 2 minus 1, and the constant here minus 16 is a constant, and d upon dx, the derivative of a constant, is equals to 0. So then here minus 0 upon h to the power 1 means that d upon dx x equals to 1. Why 1? X to the power n d upon dx equals to n x to the power n minus 1. Here n is 1. So 1 into x, here x, and n is 1 because we are comparing n from n equals to n and 1. We are comparing n and here 1. So n equals to 1. So 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 yani we can say 1 into x to the power 0. So always x to the power 0 is 1. Okay. So we can say the derivative of x is equals to 1. Okay. So here 1. So we can write here h tending to 0. So 2 4 plus h means that h 4 plus h, 2 minus 1 means that 1 minus 0 upon 1. So we can write here h tending to 0. So 2 into 4 equals to 8. So that is the right hand limit. That is the right hand limit. Similarly, we can check the left hand limit. Okay. So similarly, we can also check the value of left hand limit at x equals to 4. X equals to x plus 4 here. Here 2. We can say that this is a similar question just we have solved recently. Okay. So according to the indeterminate form, so we can use the derivative, but we have not studied yet the derivative of function. Okay. So just the derivative of particular function I will try to understand you after some time. Okay. So what is the definition of the derivative, and also that a particular way of that particular way to understand the problem. Okay. Okay. So now continuity. Here limit x tending to a plus limit x tending to a minus f of a. That is the definition of continuity. If both are same, then we can say that a function has a limit at x equals to a. Okay. But in addition to f of a is equals to f of a, So then we can say that the function has a function has continuity at a particular point A. Okay. So now we are going to move some question. So question CBSE 2016, find the value of k, find k if fx k sin pi upon 2 x plus 1 x is less than equal to 0, tan x minus sin x x cube okay is continuous at x equals to 0. Okay. So how can we solve this question? We have to use the definition of the continuity at a particular point. So continuous means that the graph of a function is continuous. Means that there should be no a point for which the function has discontinuous. Okay, means that we can see that on a graph, so the function is moving continuous. There is no break in a function, there is no break on a graph of this function. Okay, so we can say that the function is continuous at a particular point. Means that we can say that the function has continuity at a particular point. Okay, means that the left hand limit at this point and the right hand limit at this point both should be same, and also the value of a function at particular point always same as that right hand, also the left hand limit. Okay, so we are going to move use the same concept of the continuity. Now just want to use the definition of the continuity at x equals to 0. Means that x equals to 0 plus f of x limit x 0 minus is equals to f of 0. So this condition will be used. This condition will be used in this question. Okay, for the continuity at a particular point and for finding the value of k in this question. Okay. Okay. So now limit x tending to 0 minus f of x is equals to limit x tending to 0 minus fx. So 0 minus fx, here 0 minus 0 greater than 0, then should the function will be this, and if we are taking x is less than equal to 0, then function will be take this. Okay. If x is greater than 0, the function will be taken this, and if we are taking x less than equal to 0, then function will be taken this. Okay. Okay. So 0 minus means that this value. So k sine pi upon 2 x plus 1, sorry, pi upon 2 x plus 1 k. Okay. So limit h tending to 0, and 0 minus means that x can be replaced by 0 minus h, means that k sine pi upon 2 0 minus h plus 1. Okay. Okay. So then we can write limit h tending to 0 k sine pi upon 2 1 minus h. Okay, 1 minus h. So now x 0 plus, then function will be taken this tan x minus sin x upon x cube. Okay. Okay. So then we have to solve this, and then the x equals to 0, what will be the value of the function at this value, at this point, sorry, x equals to 0. So x equals to 0, so then we can say that f of 0 is nothing but k, and 0 is pi upon, sine pi upon 2, sine pi upon 2, sine pi upon 2 is equals to k. Okay. So then we can say that here k and this value means that h tending to 0 sine pi by 2, then k, and this means that we can only find the value of this function at this right hand limit. We can find the value of the limit of this function at 0 plus. Okay, because both are same. This, if we solve this as tending to 0, so then sine pi upon 2 1 minus 0 means that sine pi by 2, so then sine pi by 2 is 1, then k, then f of 0 k, and f of x tending to 0 minus means that left hand limit, and the value of a function at 0 is equals to k, both are same. So then we have to find the value only of this expression. Then by using the value by using the definition of the continuous, then this value this value and this value should be same. Okay, so we can say that, okay, because this value, this value, this value, all these value are same for the definition of the continuity, okay, at particular point. So here particular point is 0, so we can say that the function is continuous at x equals to 0, it is given. So function is continuous means that all these values are equal. So then we have to find only the value of k by using the definition of the continuity at x equals to 0. Okay, so then we can easily find the value of this expression. So okay, so how can we solve this? H tending to 0, so tan 0 plus, so x can be replaced by 0 plus h minus sine 0 plus h. Here x cube means that 0 plus h. Cube. Okay, then h tending to 0, here tan h minus sin h upon h cube. Okay, now you should remember some result. X tending to 0, sin x upon x is equals to 1, limit x tending to 0, tan x upon x is equals to 1. Okay, so now we can write here limit h tending to 0. So here tan h upon h cube, okay, minus sin h upon h cube. Okay, so then tan h upon h and here h square, and we can see that if h tending to 0, then tan 0 0 and sin h also 0 and then 0. Okay, so then we are seeing that just we don't want to use that this concept, so we can use here 0 upon 0 form. So then we can use the L'Hospital rule here. So then we should know some derivative, because if we this form like that 0 by 0, so then we can use the L'Hospital rule, means that derivative of this function and then derivative of this function, and we know that the result of this sec square x, okay, and the derivative of sin x is equals to cos x. Okay, here you can say that tan 0 0 and 0 0 by 0, sin 0 0 0 0 0 by 0, so we can use here the L'Hospital rule. Okay, so then we can break this limit h tending to 0, tan h upon h cube minus limit h tending to 0, sin h upon h cube. Okay, so then here sec square h sec square h upon 3h square, okay, minus limit h tending to 0. Here cos h upon 3h square, okay. So then here sec 0, we know that cos 0 is equals to 1 and the sec 0 is also 1. So then 1 upon 0 minus limit h tending to 0, note यहाँ we can note here h tending to 0 because we are putting the value of h equals to 0 here. So 1 upon 0 and then also then 1 upon 0. So then we can say that infinity minus infinity, again the form another infinity minus infinity, okay. So we can use here another concept of the limit of a function at a particular point, okay. So okay, so infinity minus infinity. So we have seen the form of the infinity minus infinity in this question, okay. So if we are seeing that x cube here, x cube, okay. So here x cube, so we can say that the limit h tending to 0, okay. So then here infinity minus infinity is another form. So we can use here another indeterminate form because this is used in also indeterminate form because it is a form of indeterminate. So how can we solve this form? Because 1 upon 0 is infinity minus infinity. So we can use only here this, okay. So if here h tending to 0 means that 0 minus 0, so here we can use here what, we can use here only, yes, okay, sine upon cos and yes, okay. So we can here the determinant derivative of this tan h, this is sec square h minus cos h upon 3h square, okay. Then 0 1 minus 1 0 upon 0. So we can we can also use here the derivative concept, means that L'Hospital rule. So here 2, here listen, d upon dx sine 2x. Firstly 2x, suppose that 2x is equals to t, okay. So 2x equals to t. So this concept is also a derivative, okay. So we can use here the derivative of this function. So 2x here 2 dx equals to dt, means that dx upon dt upon dx, dt upon dx, dt upon dx is 2. So here we write d upon dt, okay, and sin sin t, and dt upon dx here. So sin t, derivative of sin t is cos t, and dt upon dx is 2, means that this cos of t is 2x, okay. So the derivative of sin 2x is nothing but 2 cos 2x, okay. Similarly here, two sec x, sorry, h, here sec square h, means that sec h, you can use here putting, you can use here the method of putting, means that substitution. Sec h is equals to t, then sec h is equals to t, means that sec h tan h dh equals to dt, means that dt upon dh is nothing but sec h tan h, okay, here. So then sec square h, means that sec 2 sec h, because t square, means that t, if d upon dt, t square is 2t, then t is sec h, then 2 sec h, and dt upon dh, means that sec h into tan h, means that 2 sec square h tan h, 2 sec square h tan h, minus cos h, means that d upon dh is minus sin x, sorry, minus sin h, sin h, okay, minus minus plus and 6h, okay. Again listen, sec square d upon dh, sec square h, how can we solve? Means that you should know about the derivative of sec h. It is very simple, sec h tan h, okay. Suppose that sec h equals to t, sec h equals to t, so then the derivative of sec h, okay. So how can you find? So sec h minus, oh sorry, equals to t, then sec h tan h dh equals to dt, means that dt upon dh equals to sec h tan h, okay. So then here d upon dh, sec h t, means that t square, so we can write d upon dt, t square into dt upon dh, this cancel out, d upon dh, t square, this is the same, there is no difference between these two, okay. So we can write here, so d upon dt, t square, and dt upon dh. So dt upon dh is sec h tan h, and d upon dt, d upon dt, means that derivative of this t square with respect to t, means that 2t, by using the concept of d upon dt, t to the power n equals to n into t to the power n minus 1. Okay, so n, here n, so t to the power n means that n, t to the power n minus 1 means that n equals to 2. So 2 here, n, 2 here, and t here, t, and n minus 1, n is 2, then 2 minus 1 means that we can write here 2t. d upon dt t square means that 2t, and dt upon dh is nothing but sec h tan h. So we can write here 2t, and dt upon dh is sec h tan h. T here sec h, sec h, sec h is t, and sec h tan h. Okay, so we can say that 2 sec square h tan h, the value of d upon the value of derivative of x sec square h with respect to h, so we can say that 2 sec square h tan h. Okay, so here 2 sec square tan h plus sin h, limit h tending to 0. So here tan h, when we put h equals to 0 in this, and then again h tending to 0 in this, sin h then is 0. So tan h 0 and sin h 0, so 0 upon and then h is 0, so then again is the form of 0 upon 0. Okay, so then again we use the L'Hospital rule. Okay, 2 sec square h, okay, tan h d upon dh plus d upon dh sin h upon d upon dh 6h, and h tending to 0. Then how can we solve this? Okay, so it's a very simple, actually we can use another method here, because you don't know the derivative of this 2 sec square h and tan h, because we can use here the product rule of two function in the derivative, means that it is a formula to find the derivative in a easiest way by the product rule method. When any two given functions, we have given two functions actually, and we are doing product actually, and then how can you find the derivative of the when the function will be in the product form? Okay, would be in the product form. So how can we solve in a product method? But here we can see here is in a easiest way. So sec, when we put h equals to 0 here, so then sec h is 0, and then tan h is we can say tan h is 0 and sin h is 0. So I can solve this question in a simplest way. So here we can use here limit h tending to 0 sin h upon h equals to 1, and limit h tending to 0, and the limit h tending to 0 is tan h upon h equals to 1, we can use here the concept, uh, this concept here, okay. And how can you say that this this will be 1 and this will be 1? So h tending to 0 and 0 upon 0 again indeterminate form, so we can use L'Hospital rule. Sin h, the derivative of sin h is cos h, and here cos h upon h is 1, and then we put the value of h equals to 0 here, the cos 0 is 1. So then we can say that the limit of this expression is equals to 1 when we use here h tending to 0, okay. Then similarly here 0 upon 0 again indeterminate form, again we use L'Hospital rule. Derivative of tan h is sec square h, and sec square h upon h is 1, because h, the derivative of h is 1. Then h, when we put h equals to 0 in this sec square h, then we get 1, okay. So we can use here this in the limit for solving in a easiest way, okay. So 2 sec square h tan h, okay, plus sin h, okay. I don't want to use here the product rule in this scenario. When we use the derivative of this function, this is nothing but like the product, they are the first and the second function. If we try to solve by using the product rule method, so then that will be very large, okay, for solving this question, okay. So then we can use here the simple method. So h tending to 0, and we know that if we have the two function and the limit x tending to a, so then how can we write x tending to a f of x and x tending to a g of x? So we can use here, okay. So this is the f and this is g, okay. So here we can use here limit 2 sec square h, okay. We can separate tan h upon 6h plus limit h tending to 0 sin h upon 6h, okay. Now limit h tending to 0, here h tending to 0, limit h tending to 0 2 sec square h, okay, and limit h tending to 0 h tending to 1 upon 6 tan h upon h plus limit h tending to 0 1 upon 6 sin h upon h. Now h tending to 0 means that sec square h means that 1, so 2 into 1, okay. Now if we know that, okay, no, the property of a limit is that limit x tending to a, k is a constant, like here suppose that we are taking limit x tending to a, and here L is nothing but like a constant, and then fx. So we can write here L limit x tending to a, because L is a constant, so then we can separate the value of the constant from the function of a limit. Okay, so here fx, so 2 into 1, now 1 upon 6, 1 upon 6, and the limit h tending to 0, tan h upon h is equals to 1, plus 1 upon 6 into 1. So 2 into 1 upon 6 into 1 upon, plus 1 upon 6. So 2 upon 6 plus 1 upon 6 is equals to 3 upon 6 equals to 1 upon 2 equals to the value of k. What I have to find the value of k. Okay, k equals to 1 upon 2. So our answer is 1 upon 2 according to the question, because this question has come previous year, in a previous year. Okay, CBSE 2016. Okay, so now okay, similarly we can find fx equals to ax plus 1, x is less than equal to 3, bx plus 3, x is greater than 3. Okay, function is continuous, at x equals to 3. Find relationship between a and b. Now we have to use the concept of the definition of continuous, means that left hand limit, right hand limit, and also that f of 3. Okay, so f of 3 is nothing but like 3a plus 1. Then we put x equals to 3 here, so then we can find 3a plus 1. Okay, at x equals to 3. So now x tending to 3 plus f of x is equals to, this is nothing but like the right hand limit, and equals to f of 3, and f of 3 is nothing but 3a plus 1, and x tending to 3 plus, so here limit h tending to 0, f of 3 plus h equals to h tending to 0, f of 3 minus h equals to 3a plus 1. Okay, So now 3 plus, okay. So limit h tending to 0, here b and 3 plus h plus 3, okay, is equals to h, limit h tending to 0, limit h tending to 0, f of 3 minus h means that a 3 minus h plus 1 equals to 3a plus 1, okay. So now when we put h equals to 0 here, so then we get 3b here, means that h, when we put h equals to 0, means we get 3b plus 3 equals to h equals to 0, 3a plus 1 and 3a plus 1. This is the value of a function at x equals to 3. This is nothing but like the left hand limit at x equals to 3, and this is the right hand limit at x equals to 3. So then what will be the relation? So 3b plus 3 equals to 3a plus 1, okay. So we get 3a minus 3b plus 3, that we can get here 3a minus 3b, and then plus 3 and plus 3 minus 3, so plus 1 minus 3 equals to 0. So 3a minus 3b and minus 2 equals to 0. So relation is that a minus b 2 upon 3, okay, because here minus 2, then here plus 2, and 3 can be common, and a minus b, then 3 is multiplied on this side, and then we can get here by dividing on this side, so 2 by 3. So this is the relationship between a and b, okay. So this is the concept of the continuous of a function at a particular point, and then we have seen the concept of the limit of a function at a particular point, okay. Okay, so now differentiability. We have discussed two concepts. First one is that limit, and second one is that continuity of a function at a particular point. So limit is nothing but like the a, means that left hand limit, and this is the right hand limit. Just we have to move only small steps. We have to move only small steps, just like that, and this is nothing but here. So then right hand limit of a function at this point, and the left hand limit of a function at this point, okay. So both, if both are same, then we can say that the function has limit, and we, in other words, we can say that the limit of a function exists, okay, at a particular point a. In other words, we can say, okay. And the continuity means that the curve of a function, means that the graph of a function, if this graph of the function is moving continuous, So then we can say that according to the graph, the function, our function is continuous at a particular point. If the graph of a function is moving continuous in a continuous manner at a particular point, not a particular point, all the point, just like that. But if here if we see the graph of this function, here the value we don't know, here we don't know the value of a of this function, we don't know the value of a function at particular point a. So then we can say that the function is discontinuous at point a, okay, because the function is not moving continuously. Here you can see, okay, so the function is discontinuous at this point, means that the left hand limit, the right hand limit, both are same, but the value of a function at this point is not equal to the right hand limit and also the left right hand limit and also the left hand limit and also the right hand limit, okay. So now we are moving to the differentiability. Differentiability means that we have to use this concept of, so this can be written as in the form of this, the derivative of this function, means that x equals to a f of a fx, sorry, f of x minus f of a upon x minus a equals to f dash a. So what is the meaning of this expression? This expression is nothing but like the derivative of function, first derivative of function at a. But what is the meaning on a graph? Means that this is nothing but like the slope, means that the slope of the tangent at a, we can say that the derivative of function at a particular point means that the slope of a tangent at that point, okay, means that this is a, this is nothing but like the tangent of this function on this function, this is nothing but like the tangent, and this is y equals to fx, that this tangent at this tangent shows the derivative at this point, the tangent at this point of a function, okay, so shows the derivative of f, first derivative of f at that particular point. In other words, we can say that the derivative, first derivative of a function at a particular point means that the tangent of the slope of the tangent at that point, means that the slope of tangent at x equals to a. This is the nothing but like the interpretation of the differentiability of a function at a particular point, okay. This is nothing but like the slope of the tangent at this point. This point means that we have to check that the function is differentiable at this point, okay. Slope of the tangent means that the derivative of a particular function of a particular point, means that I am just talking about this point. Okay, so if we have a function and this is nothing but like the tangent, means that this is nothing but like a and f of a. So here this point, so we can say that this is the tangent on this curve. Okay, and the slope of the tangent, that is nothing but like this. This is the angle. This is nothing but like the slope. This is nothing but like the angle. Okay, angle of inclination, and the slope is nothing but like the number. Okay, you can say in other words, this is nothing but like the tangent on this curve. Okay, y equals to fx, and this the slope of tangent shows the derivative of function, the value shows the value of derivative of f, means that function at x equals to a. This value is nothing but like the slope. Okay, and in other words we can say that the slope is nothing but the value of the derivative. Okay, both if and all if we can say that both are same. This is nothing but like the interpretation of the derivative function at a particular point. Okay, so okay, so now limit x tending to a, f of x minus f of a upon x minus a. So now limit h tending to 0. So again here we can use here left hand derivative and right hand derivative. These two concepts can be used in this expression, means the derivative of function at a particular point. Okay, so then here left hand derivative means that f of a minus h. Okay, left hand derivative means that limit x tending to a minus f of x minus f of a upon x minus a, means that limit h tending to 0 f of a minus h minus f of a upon a minus h minus a, means that limit h tending to 0 f of a minus h minus f of a upon a minus h, a minus cancel out and that's minus h. This is nothing but like the left hand derivative, and similarly right hand derivative, limit x tending to a plus f of x minus f of a upon x minus a. Okay, limit x tending to a plus, so h tending to 0 means that f of a plus h minus f of a plus h minus a So here limit h tending to 0, f of a plus h, f of a plus h minus f of a upon h. This is nothing but like right hand limit and left hand limit. Okay, if both are same, then we can say that the derivative of the function exists. Okay, but if is not equals to this, so then we can say that the derivative of the function doesn't exist at a particular point. Okay. 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 So now right hand derivative equals to left hand derivative. Okay, then the function is differentiable. The function is differentiable at x equals to a if and only if LHD equals to RHD equals to LHD, right hand derivative equals to left hand derivative. Okay, and here one word, before some time I said the slope of a tangent f of x minus f of a upon x minus a. How can you say that this is nothing but like the slope of a tangent? Because if with these 2 points means that here a f of a. Okay, so we can say that if they are the 2 point x1 and y1 and x2 y2. Okay, so suppose that let us take any point on this curve x and fx, a and f of a. So these are the 2 points. So the slope of the line joining 2 points, these 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2 equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So here f y2 is f of x and y1 is nothing but like f of a upon x2 is nothing but like x minus and x1, here x1, here y1. Okay, here x2 y2. So y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So then fx minus f of a upon x minus a. So this is nothing but like the slope of a tangent, that is the line joining these 2 points. Okay, So one point is that a f of a, and another point is uh, suppose here x f of x. Okay, because these 2 point on the line of this line. Okay, these 2 point lie on the line. So then we can find the line of joining these 2 point in a easiest way. Okay, because we know that the equation of a line when the line is passing through these 2 point. Okay, so suppose that uh, y minus, suppose that here the line of equation of line, how to find the equation of line when the line passing through the 2 point. So how can you find? We can easily find y minus y1 equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 and x minus x1. Okay, and this is nothing but like the slope of this line, and here line and this line also. But one condition is here, the condition is that this line on the curve, that is this line touches the curve, and the touches means that this is nothing but like the tangent at this point on this curve. So we can say that this line is the tangent, the slope of the tangent is nothing but like the f of x minus f of a upon x minus a. So this is the derivative of the function at x equals to a, and in other words we can say that this is nothing but like the slope of the tangent at the point x equals to a. Okay, but the condition of the differentiability of a function is that the right hand derivative and the left hand derivative should be same. Okay, okay. I'm just going to something like that the function is continuous. Just want to say that function, whether the function is continuous or not. So here if fx, suppose that limit x tending to a, f of x is equals to f of a plus, okay, a plus x minus f of x, okay, equals to f of a. This is nothing but like the condition of the continuity of a function at a point x equals to a. But if this condition holds, okay, so then we can say that the function is discontinuous at x equals to a. And in other words, and if this condition again holds, then again we can say that the function is not continuous at this point. Okay, so and also function if function does not exist at x equals to a, then function will not be continuous at x equals to a, at x equals to a. Okay, suppose that 1 upon x minus a, limit x tending to a. Okay, then x tending to a means that you can say that one upon a minus a, 1 upon 0, that is infinity. Infinity means that the function, the limit, we can say that the function, the limit of function does not exist. And we can check here the left hand derivative and also the right hand derivative. Here 1 upon 0 plus h minus a, sorry, a plus h. Limit h tending to 0, so 1 upon a minus a, 1 upon 0, then again does not exist. Okay, does not exist means that right hand derivative does not exist, sorry, right hand limit does not exist. And again h tending to 0, 1 upon 0 a minus h minus a equals to 1 upon a minus a infinity. So we can say that the left hand and also the right hand, we can say that the left hand and also the right hand limit of this function does not exist. We can say that the limit of a function doesn't exist, okay, at x equals to a. And the limit of a function and the limit, if this is nothing but like the property of a limit of a function, okay, the limit of a function does not exist, then function will not be continuous at x equals to a. Okay, function will not be continuous. Okay, so now derivative sin x equals to cos x minus sin x, tan x sec square x. Okay, all these formulae should be remembered in your mind. Okay, okay, tan x d upon dx cosec x means that cosec x cot x, d upon dx sec x plus sec x into tan x, d upon dx cot x minus cosec square x. Okay, so now here if you have given some questions in the parametric form, okay, if you have been given some questions in the form of parametric, then you have to convert in the Cartesian form. So d upon dx. Parametric means that x equals to f of theta, y equals to f of theta. So then you have to find dy upon dx. How can you calculate? So dy upon dx is nothing but dy upon d theta and dx upon d theta. Suppose that we are taking some questions on it. Okay. So here x is equals to cos minus x equals to cos theta minus cos 2 theta. Okay. It is very simple to find the derivative of this cos theta, but here we have to substitute, means that 2 theta equals to t. Okay. So dx upon d theta, dx upon d theta means that d upon d theta cos theta minus d upon d theta cos 2 theta. Okay, but here minus के sin theta, and here 2 theta equals to t, 2 theta equals to t, so then 2 d theta equals to dt, and dt upon d theta equals to 2, and if we write d upon d theta cosec 2 theta means that d upon dt cos t and dt upon d theta, dt cancel dt and d upon d theta, and 2 theta is t, so t. It is very simple. dt upon d theta is 2, so 2, and d over dt cos t is nothing but like the sin t, so we can say that minus 2 sin t. Okay, so t is 2 theta, so minus 2 sin minus 2 sin t is 2 theta. Okay, minus sin theta plus 2 sin 2 theta. Okay, this is nothing but like the dx upon d theta minus sin theta plus 2 sin theta. Okay. Okay, so now we have to find dy over d theta. y is sin theta minus sin 2 theta. Okay, so y is dy over d theta, so d upon d theta sin theta minus d over d theta sin 2 theta. Okay, okay, so now d over d theta sin theta is cos theta minus 2 theta is t, you can consider 2 theta is t, and 2 d theta equals to dt equals to dt over d theta equals to 2. Okay, so we can write here d theta and sin 2 theta is t, so we can write here cos theta minus d over dt, here dt because t here, so we can write sin t and dt over d theta. Okay, So cos theta minus dt over d theta is 2 and sin t is nothing but like the cos t, and t is 2 theta, so we can replace sin t is cos t and t is 2 theta. Okay, means that t can be replaced by 2 theta. So here cos theta minus 2 cos 2 theta. Okay, so now dy over dx is nothing but dy over d theta and dx over d theta. Because theta theta cancel, so we can say that dy over dx only. So now minus dy over d theta is that cos theta minus 2 cos 2 theta upon minus sin theta plus 2 sin 2 theta. Okay, so this is the solution of our question. So this is the solution of our question. Now at theta equals to pi by 3, now we have to check that the value of dy over dx at theta equals to pi by 3. So then this value is putting in this format, so we can say that cos theta is pi by 3 minus 2 cos 2 pi by 3, and you can say that minus sin pi by 3 plus 2 sin 2 into pi by 3. Okay, so cos pi by 3 is nothing but like cos 60. Cos 60 means that sin 30, and sin 30 is nothing but like 1 upon 2. So first one is that 1 upon 2 minus 2 into here cos 2 pi by 3 means that cos 2 pi by 3 means that you can say that cos 120. Cos 120 means that cos is in second quadrant. We can say that the value will be in negative. So if we try to remove the negative sign, so we can say that the cos pi minus 120.